CheekySport on Rinse.
Alright, you are now tuned into Rinse FM, and this is Cheeky Sport. You're here with myself, Big J.
CheekySport Akeem.
Everybody hates Chris.
And I got a special guest in the building. Alright, she's a darts lover.
Hey.
Sky Sports presenter.
Laura.
Yeah.
And also, she's the first female guest to grace our show. Hey, we have Laura Woods in the building. Hey, Laura, thanks for coming, man.
Thanks for having me. This is brilliant.
Laura, can I just quickly ask you a quick question? What's the reason for in darts that they have the same song every time something happens?
That's their walk-on.
Why can't they mix it up?
What do you mean? Every time something happens?
It's just like how's it go again?
What do you mean? Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah.
That's just something that the producers thought was a good idea, and everybody at the darts loves
Don't,
it.
Akeem,
with
what are
it.
you asking about?
Well,
this?
I have to know that. I tried to Google it and I couldn't find the answer.
You know,
Everyone wants to know that though.
No, they don't want to know that. Only you want to bloody know that.
I
Only
think-
you
I
and your
think
hat want to know
Look
that.
at Chris.
Listen, let's start the show.
did.
All right? Let's start the show. It's been a crazy weekend in the Premier League.
Beautiful.
We are happy to have Laura here.
Beautiful.
All we want to do, we're going to talk about a bit about football, as we always do, because it's lovely and it's a great sport.
it's
all right?
lovely.
It's funny because I don't know where to start because you know it is. As you can see from Chris's face,
I'm just smiling,
he's
baby.
so happy.
Oh, so
Tell him why you're
cute.
happy, Chris. Tell him why.
Arsenal won, smacked up teams 5-2. Everton didn't stand a chance. Manchester United lost. What can I say? Pep won. Uncle Pep. Uncle Pep.
Oh yeah, and
Who
the
do you
reason-
support?
The reason why
Arsenal.
I'm smiling, yeah, but his team won, and the reason why I'm smiling because I'm not the biggest Klopp fan,
Right.
and I like it when he loses. Because I've been telling everybody
Liverpool
he
as
loses
well.
a lot. And
Why? Tactically, you don't think he's great.
yeah, tactically, I get it. Like, yeah, attack. I'm just saying that I just think he gets away with it a lot.
Why?
In the media.
Because of his character.
Because of his
Yeah,
character,
yeah,
like
yeah.
everybody loves him.
No,
so,
I'd agree in that. I'd agree.
Yeah, you know what I mean. A lot of people
Yeah,
he
but
gets away with it.
don't-
So it's almost I'm spoiled for choice
We
in
are.
terms of
We
where
are.
I want to start today. All right.
Start with Man United. I'll do it for you.
Chris.
All
did you
right,
go out-
all right,
did you go
this
out and buy-
weekend-
Can I just say, did you go out and buy that shirt on the weekend because you beat a team that's currently
I'm
in
just
a
trying to look like
relegation
Lacazette,
currently
innit?
in-
I'm just
they're
trying to be
currently
like
in a
Lacazette,
relegation
baby.
dogfight, and who's getting smacked up by every
I
team
don't
in the
care.
land. They'll
I don't
probably
care.
lose to.
I don't care. You
they'll
can't play
probably
what's in front
lose to a
of you. You
division-
can only play. You lost to Huddersfield.
Yeah, I know.
Shut up.
All right, let's
But no,
talk about it.
Be quiet.
My point
Let's
is,
talk
you've
about
got really excited about something. that
Huddersfield.
Everyone's beating
Huddersfield,
Everton
baby.
at the moment. Calm down.
Huddersfield.
Relax.
Chill.
No need to buy
City did it.
No need to buy £74.99
City didn't beat
shirt.
Liverpool.
Huddersfield, baby.
No need to go Sports Direct to buy that, mate.
Who are we starting off with? Manchester United, yeah?
Let's start with
Start
Manchester.
off when he
no,
bought that
Manchester.
shirt.
Wait, Laura, let me
Start
ask you
when he
quickly.
bought that shirt.
Laura, let the people
Please.
know
Yeah.
who don't know what team you support.
All right, I support Arsenal.
Let's get it out of the way.
Yeah,
Let's get it out of the way.
And I like your shirt. I think you look
Thank
great
you,
in it,
thank
and
you.
it's a nice one.
I like
yeah.
your
I
shirt
feel like
too.
they made
Thank
this
you.
one
You
for
look
nice in it as
ladies.
well.
I'm
Thank
not
you.
wearing an
I don't
Arsenal
personally like that shirt.
Oh, I love this. Is my favourite one.
You think he made
Nah.
that's not a lady shirt.
I love this
I
shirt.
Yeah, I
like
think I don't like that one.
Beautiful.
I
I wish I
it.
had
A
the
lot
real
of
thing.
fans love this shirt.
It's all
It is,
tight
'cause
and
it's classy. Looks good.
Arsenal haven't had a good
Listen,
shirt
but
since
we're
they
gonna
had the
start
O2.
with Manchester United. Manchester United got their first loss
good.
of the season
Beautiful.
this weekend. All right.
Can I just say something? Can I say something?
Wow. Go ahead, Chris.
I have to.
Chris, go
I
ahead.
need to get. I've got a few
Chris.
points I need to get off my chest,
Chris,
innit?
Chris, let it all out, Chris. Let it all out.
Lukaku, I told you when it comes to attention to detail.
He told us.
Yeah, attention to detail. I
Told us
told
one
you.
game.
No,
What-
I
what
told
one
you
game
when
was
it
it?
comes to
Lads,
attention
all
to
right,
detail. I
take
told
it in
you
turns. Listen, kiddies.
when it's
let's
important.
Take it in turns.
When it's important and every shot matters.
Yeah,
Everything counts.
like the
And
Champions League and
geezer, I
stuff
don't
like that.
care. I don't care. He didn't finish his food. That's all I know. And what's that defender you got? What's his name? Lindenov, whatever his name is. Come
Had a poor
on,
game.
geezer.
I forgot. Sorry.
39 million buff he cost.
Chris, you know what?
39
Chris,
M's.
You know what? I apologise.
Nah.
I apologise. Your players in a 5.
It's not about Arsenal, it's about Man United right now.
I apologise. Players like Ozil does show up when you beat a team 5-2.
Hold on.
A relegation dogfight team.
Let him talk.
Your players definitely show up.
You know-
I forgot about that.
You know,
Sorry.
since
My
Ozil-
apologies,
Let's stick
mate.
to the top. Let's stick to the
I
top.
apologize.
Since Ozil's been in the Premiership, you know, my man's got the most assists. And he's
you're coming
feeding the
at
ball to
that
Theo
again.
Walcott. I
That's
told
that-
you this
that's
last
that
week.
again.
If Theo Walcott could finish his food as well, Oz would have 200 assists.
All right, listen.
Let's not even bother with
Listen,
Arsenal.
we're not talking about Arsenal yet, and we're not talking
Innit?
about the Everton game yet. All right.
We're talking about Man
So
United.
guys, just chill out very quickly.
All right,
There's
what
other
happened?
stuff we want to talk
You
about.
tell me what happened then.
Well, what happened? I don't
What do
know
you
what
think
happened.
happened in your
Man
humble
United
opinion?
Didn't play good enough.
Do you know what it is? I think Man United haven't been playing well for the last couple of games.
Yeah.
They had Liverpool. They didn't play great.
Park the bus.
But I wouldn't say that they parked the bus.
Per se. Yeah,
But they
alright.
didn't go for the win.
Yeah.
But neither did Klopp. Yeah. And then, even the Southampton game that I went to, it was a bit dry in the second half. And just this week it caught up. And that was it. And they lost the game. And that was it. That's just how it goes. Like you can see when United are playing poor. Everyone says that's the poorest they've seen United play since Moyes.
Yeah.
No,
And it was just a bad week.
think
What
that's a bit
do you
harsh.
think? What do you think?
Mourinho just sort of said they didn't really want it enough, or they weren't the team that wanted it enough. And actually, I mean, I'm obviously an Arsenal fan, but sometimes, or more often than not, you see teams slip. They're allowed to slip. I mean, it just so happens to be Huddersfield.
Laura, I can't lie. Laura, I can't lie.
She doesn't like that.
I
You know
can't
she
lie,
said
Laura.
that. I can tell you like that.
I thought you said when you're gonna say you're an Arsenal fan, but sometimes you're a Man United fan. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
You know what? Never a
Right.
Man.
Never. So what I'm trying to say is, Akeem, you're a United man. What went wrong? Like what went wrong?
Didn't play good enough. Didn't have the heart. Didn't have the mentality. Well, producers laughing because for some reason we're surrounded by Arsenal fans today. They were Tottenham fans last week, but we didn't play. We didn't deserve to win. We deserved to lose.
Yeah.
It's true. We deserve to lose, but it's one game. Like, you know, it's one game. And to be
Manchester
honest,
City 5 points clear.
Yeah.
Now.
Uncle
Wow.
Pet.
How are you feeling about that?
Irrelevant.
Is he still a
It's
fraud?
irrelevant.
It's still irrelevant.
The reason why it's
Tell
irrelevant-
Laura
the reason why it's
what
irrelevant-
he thinks about
The reason
Pep.
why it's irrelevant is because in any other league in the world, okay, when look at the gap between Barcelona and Real Madrid, you don't suddenly say season over, title's over. If anyone says the title's over in October with 5 points gap, they must not watch football every year.
Yeah, 'cause
that's as simple as that.
Okay, go on.
I'm going to agree with you because last season City was sitting at the top, and look what happened.
Yeah.
Things change. Things change so quickly. I mean, if you're an Arsenal fan, if you're a Spurs fan, if you're an any fan, you know how quickly seasons can change. So I wouldn't be massively worried necessarily in terms of the title chase. I'd be more worried.
The way we played.
Yeah, I'd be more worried about what you're doing, what went wrong on the field, rather than the title chase, because it doesn't matter what you're going to do with the rest of the league if you can't sort that out.
100%. I agree. Agreed with you.
That is well said.
But
Well, that is said. I tell
that
you.
is well what?
Quite nice, isn't it? What you can't tell is absolutely baking hot in
it's
here.
Yeah.
so
It's
hot.
so
I
hot.
can't believe you're
It's so
wearing
hot.
a jumper and you're wearing a
I know. I'm doing this because I'm. Not sorry.
Cover up season
Next
for you
shoot.
boys. You lost.
Next shoot's
You
outside.
lost.
Do
Do you
They
know
They
this
said
is on
hi.
purpose? The one day you've got a female guest on, you turn the heating up.
No.
whoa.
Oh,
Hey,
what are you trying to
hey,
say?
Laura.
What are you trying to say?
Stop giving
Laura?
away the secrets. All right, listen. All right, before we talk about let's talk about Arsenal very quickly.
Let's
Right?
talk about
They had a good
Please.
weekend.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not really worried about that. I knew that they were gonna, like Akeem said, I honestly knew they were gonna beat Everton because
Did you?
Everton are not playing well.
When was 1-0 down?
Everyone's
Was you
beating
gassed?
now.
When was 1-0 down?
No,
But I was happy
no,
for
I wasn't.
Rooney.
I'm not that sort of
Rooney,
fan, Chris. I don't get gassed. I don't.
up.
Oh wait, when it starts to get to the 70th minute, that's when my gifts come out. That's when my memes come out.
Yeah,
That's when
of
I
course.
might hit the voice memo.
Yeah.
Hey, Arsenal fans, where you at? Don't hide. That's when I normally
But Jay,
get.
do you know what? I even at 1-0 down after legendary Rooney scored another goal against
Yeah, lovely.
Arsenal, I did realise I still wanted. I knew that Arsenal was going to win that game anyway, but Arsenal are now they're not competitors to Man United, so it's like watching like. Just
What
a
do
game
you
anyway.
think of the deadly trio?
For me,
though?
they're not.
The
Sorry.
deadly trio.
Oh, great! They're great.
Who were the deadly trio?
The first time you're talking about Sanchez as or Lacazette.
It's
I wouldn't
Lexi
call them
baby.
deadly,
Lexi
though.
baby.
Lexi baby.
Lexi baby.
Lexi baby. The first time. Do you know what frustrates me? That is the first time. I know there's been a few
Yeah,
injuries here.
yeah.
And there. That is the first time they've paired up.
Yeah.
And
The
look
three
what
of them
happened.
have come up together in a Premier League match, and look what they did. It was like beautiful football again. It was the football. Even the commentators were saying how much they enjoyed it. When
Did
you
it?
watch that game, it doesn't matter if you're an Arsenal fan or not. You enjoy watching them play football. I love that little link up. Do you like this?
Of course, he likes everything. He likes everything.
everything.
But you know what? But you know what? To be fair,
I told you.
hey, to be fair, Jack Wilshere.
Oh,
he-
don't get me
he's
started on
coming
Jack.
back.
Don't get me started on Jackson.
Why not?
Jack Wilshere.
Are you gonna talk
I've been
about the
telling
goal
people
in
for
the
time.
Euro- in
They're
Europe?
telling
You're gonna talk
Tommy
about
Dele
Europe?
Alli's the guy. Are you mad?
Dele Alli is the guy.
No,
Wait,
he's
hold
not.
on.
Dele Alli is the
He
guy.
can't
Wait,
do
hold
it.
on.
He can't. He can't.
Wait, Jay, are you trying to
Don't
say?
you dare.
Are you trying to say Jack
I love
Wilshere
Jack.
is better than Dele Alli?
Yes, I am.
Oh my word.
Yes, I am.
Oh, my word.
Techers, we're talking about technique. What? He hasn't got an imagination
What,
like Jack
because
Wilshere. You see them little flicks against who we played in midweek
Wait, hold on.
in the UEFA Cup game.
Who are
Oh
you
my
playing?
God, that turn.
Builders.
Red Star.
Red Star. That turn. Oh,
That sounds like
hold
a
on.
beer in Thailand.
Hold on.
Doesn't it?
Hold on. Chris.
Jack Wilshere.
Chris.
Jack, on his day, when
Chris.
he's fully fit,
Chris.
I don't care what anybody says.
All right,
Chris.
No Englishman is touching him.
Chris,
I'm
two of
telling you
them-
that now.
Chris, two of the
Watch when he
play-
gets fit.
Chris.
Watch when he gets fit.
Chris,
I'm
two of the
telling you. Don't
two of the
give
players
him
in their
two
squad.
players.
Two of the
All
players.
right, Chrissy, go on.
I was
Let's
gonna say, guys.
Two of the players in their squad. One of them was a carpenter. One was a builder.
Who cares?
So, what Jack Wilshere done was great.
Who
but
cares?
He scored against builders. Yeah?
That's the
And
same trophy
cleaners.
you won last
And
year.
cleaners
If it wasn't
and
for that
carpenters.
trophy, you wouldn't be in the Champions League right now,
Yeah, I'm
and
not
you wouldn't be in the
criticising
position you're in right
competition.
now. So you be
What I'm
quiet,
criticizing-
because you're
what
doing
I'm saying
naughty.
is that he scored in a mishmash game.
All right, what about Everton then?
And he done a
What
trick in
about
a
his ball?
mismatch.
What about his ball to Rambo?
That was good. But don't talk about those.
Listen,
that
all
Jack
right,
Wilshere on
all
his
right,
day.
boys.
Watch when he's fully
We are
fit.
not talking
Talk to
about
the
Jack
hands.
Watch when
Wilshere.
he's fully
Chill
fit.
Talk to the
out.
hands.
Listen, guys, leave us a comment. This one I always have to cut to the guys. Guys, leave us a comment below. What do you think about Jack Wilshere being back in the team? If you're
Fire.
neutral, do you think he's great? Do you think he's as good as Dele Alli? We
Fire.
know at one point he was the chosen
you
child,
don't
the
know.
golden boy.
No, I swear
what
to
do
you.
What do you think
No,
of Jack
I'm not
Wilshere?
even
Are you happy
joking.
to see him back
I'm
in-
a massive Jack Wilshere fan.
love that.
I think he
Definitely
gets
had
a
it.
hard time. I think his injuries aren't necessarily his body breaking down. They're impact injuries, aren't they? The
Yeah,
things
yeah.
somebody else has done.
'Cause
I
of Man
think
United.
he just needs a run of games, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
hate to sound like Arsene Wenger, but he does. He needs game time, and he's getting it. And I'm a massive fan of it. I want him to stay. There's arguments that a couple of weeks ago I was saying, oh, maybe actually in the January transfer window, he needs to go to a different team if he wants to be,
No way.
if he wants to play in the World Cup. But now,
He's in there.
especially if other people are going to leave, I think give him a chance. I think he's got the
He should be
minerals, isn't
captain.
he?
Can I just go
He
back to
should
a
be
point you made
captain.
earlier?
Yeah,
Give
go.
it to him. Because when Mertesacker's gone next season,
Do you think like
give it to Jack.
my only worry about Jack sometimes is he can be a little bit fiery, and I think if you're
He's
going to
very
take the
fiery.
if you're going to
Yeah.
take the
We
need that in a
captaincy, I
captain.
think-
We need that.
Everyone says Arsenal got no
Bottle.
kahunas.
No
and that
kahunas,
crap,
yeah. If you're Troy
No
Deeney,
Coca-Cola.
yeah.
Come on. We need a bit of that, innit? You know?
Yeah.
Jack Wilshere is my favourite Arsenal
No, no.
player.
I'll be quiet.
He is.
Be quiet. Don't
All right, so
patronise me.
before we talk about Arsenal getting made somebody lose their
say
job
anything
this
these days.
today, I actually did want to mention a point you made about Lacazette, Sanchez, and Ozil.
Yeah.
That has been long overdue. We
But
said
there's
right
reasons.
from the beginning of the season that was supposed to be the plan.
But there's
when
been
Lacazette
reason.
was. What was the reason?
Ozil was out for a little bit, wasn't he? Sanchez is then out.
It was like
There's
I
been-
felt like there was opportunities
No,
to do
no,
it.
there never was.
There was.
There wasn't.
Ozil and Sanchez didn't play at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, Sanchez did it,
At
but
Community
he
Shield
was
against
warming
against
Sanchez
Chelsea.
in.
But-
But every time he was warming Sanchez in, he took Lacazette off.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing I didn't understand.
Is it
Because Wenger wanted them to all be fully fit. This is my belief in it. He wanted them to all be fully
He's
fit.
got plans.
happy
Firing.
man, he
This is
said.
because Wenger, because he gets criticised for overplaying players sometimes or bringing them back too early.
Yeah.
And then when they get injured, it's all, oh, well, Wenger doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, fair enough.
So now he's
But-
done the
but-
opposite. No, you be quiet for a minute. What? He's done the opposite. And he's decided to integrate them very, very slowly.
Look, can I just break? Can
It's
I
only
just break
9
down
games
into
in.
Can I
sentences?
talk about Ronald
No,
now?
No,
Can I
wait,
talk
just
about
before
Ronald
you do,
McDonald?
wait,
now?
just before you do,
Good old
Just
Ronald.
before you
Hold
do,
on,
one
let
sentence,
the
yeah?
voice talk over here.
the truth is,
Here.
you're getting excited about a trio that it's not going to exist in a
You're
couple
right.
of months.
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh,
That's the truth.
I don't know.
Laura,
talking about the
was
trio.
that your heart I just
You're
heard hit the
keeping
floor?
You're keeping one of the
Hey,
three.
Lewis, was that your heart I just heard hit the floor?
It hurts.
And you know what? I don't even know if I don't even know if Lacazette's
That
going to
doesn't
stay.
fill me with great
I
joy,
don't know if
you know.
Lacazette's going to stay.
I'm upset now.
Hey,
man.
you
Laura went,
hurt me.
oh man, mate, it's a tragedy. What happened? Listen, go on.
I think Ozil might stay.
You might lose all three.
got a new
You
house
might lose
now.
all
Yeah,
three.
but listen, now they're playing
You know,
together, and if he's not motivated by whatever game he's gone in the past, he's got to be motivated by what they did this weekend. I know what
Yes.
you're going to say, and I know you're going to say it's against a team that we should be, etc., etc. But if he starts to feel comfortable in a team again, for whatever reason, he's demotivated.
true.
That's got to make him motivated
He's been
again.
a scapegoat, that's why, by the media.
Exactly, because people say, yeah, would you not like that?
Hey,
People
United,
say-
that's why Manchester
People get his
United.
back. I mean, I can't remember this stat, but you said something about it earlier on. Actually, he's been brilliant this season, but people look at him and think he's lazy because he doesn't.
Yeah.
Maybe he missed he hasn't finished a couple of chances, or maybe he doesn't look like he's fully 100% committed. But that might just be him.
It is.
got a
That's
lazy
You're really
look
winding
about
up
him.
Akeem right now. Look, you're really making him get
lazy look
because you
about
know
him.
Akeem's the only person who doesn't really like Mesut Ozil.
But he's a
Believes
football
he's
thicko, though. We know that. He thinks Uncle Pep's a fraud.
Yeah, he
come
does
on.
it.
Yeah, but you're saying I'm a thicko. You just
You're a
said
thicko.
Wilshere is better than Dele Alli.
Trust me. You'll see. You'll see.
Guys, leave
All I
us a
gotta do,
comment.
all I gotta do is put, say YouTubers, type in Jack Wilshere versus Barcelona, and you'll see, innit?
Oh wow!
that
Hey,
one
wait, hold on.
The
hold on,
one
hold on,
game
hold on.
we always
I
go
watched
back
that.
to.
I still watch that game. I still watch it
my
now.
God.
I watched it last week in my bed.
Everyone on
Oh,
YouTube.
they watch that
Hey,
fixture all the
8 in the
time.
morning.
Everyone on YouTube, go Google Rodney Smalls, Rotherham versus thing when he scored an
Oh,
amazing
and it's
hat-trick.
whatever, mate.
It
Alright,
wasn't
listen,
a relevant
let's
fact
talk about
to point out one game. Honestly.
let's talk about Koeman, alright?
Sad.
He's been sacked
Sad
as
times.
Everton manager. It is sad times. We all believe he is a good manager, but this season he just hasn't been able to start. He just obviously we've been on the show already. Tried to question it. Was it Lukaku?
It is
leaving?
Lukaku leaving.
Mate, over the
it-
summer, those signings that they made, I was watching them and I was going, wow.
That's what I thought.
But you haven't replaced Lukaku.
Yes, exactly.
It's all good putting Pickford in goal, who, by the way, I think is outstanding. I think
Outstanding.
in the future, I think he's
The
going to
way
be.
he played
He's
against
going to be
Arsenal in the
absolutely
first half,
incredible.
incredible.
The number of stops he made, it was only a matter of time before. I mean, they were absolutely peppering him, but it was only a matter of time. But at the same time, considering how many goals on target we've had in previous games, which is like, what was it, like 4 against Watford or something like that? It was absolutely incredible watching that boy. And I think in the future, I'd love him at Arsenal. I would.
Oh, would you?
I would love him at
What about
Arsenal. Yeah. Butland, yeah. I mean, you can't say no to
One or the
Butland as
other.
well. One or the other.
So who else did Everton sign though? This window?
Klassen, which is the best Dutch player last year.
Sigurdsson.
Michael.
Klassen.
Sigurdsson is still bizarre by for me.
Yeah, I think that's a
They
bit
should
of
put
an
a
odd one.
striker and put Wazza behind number 10.
I would say my opinion of the whole situation. I think Koeman is at fault massively because he should have adapted his formation and team, which he arrogantly said opposite, that they're not playing to the way he wants to play, to the way his team currently is. His team, to be honest, has a lot of ball players, but they don't have a lot of people who could score goals consistently. And that was their downfall. Maybe he should have played 4-5-1, instead.
Yeah, but who's going to score the goals though?
That's what I mean. And maybe he would have had to shape it so more of his midfielders would be getting into the game. He wouldn't necessarily have a central goal scorer like they did last year, but they'll still get a lot of goals by the chances they create. But the way he's set up, he's tried to rely on strikers now that are nowhere near as good as Lukaku, and that's what's let them down. And you know what? One thing that people don't realise, they say Lukaku a lot, but the truth is at the back, when I saw Keane get signed, I thought, wow. Keane and Pickford, they're really going to be a force, but their back four's been terrible. Absolutely terrible. They've got Jagielka, Williams,
at the same time, though.
Keane.
At the same time, if they have a Lukaku, because Lukaku contributed something like 46% of their goals, something mad like that. If they have that Lukaku type player there, or that player that's going to finish the food, you ain't got to worry about it.
Should have got Giroud. They should
But
have got Giroud.
But Giroud
Giroud's
wouldn't
not
have
perfect though. That's not even the right guy for them.
Giroud
Anytime that's going to run
rejected it.
Giroud
beyond.
would have scored, man.
He'll get about 12 goals for them. I'm sorry.
Nah,
12.
make Giroud the main
12,
man.
no.
He was at Arsenal the main
Make
man,
Giroud
and
the
he
main
couldn't get
man.
more than 15
Nah,
goals in a
Giroud.
league season. Are
Nah,
you
I'm
smoking?
telling you now.
You're smoking. You're smoking.
I'm telling you now, Giroud.
We create. Please, don't let me go for the stats again.
Listen, just don't. Just don't.
What stats are you gonna go
Listen,
through?
just don't.
Don't
Just
get me
don't. So what I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys think it was fair that Ronald got sacked?
Yes.
Because what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of managers we've seen who have kind of poor starts. Now I agree, he did buy a lot. All right, so this is technically his team, and when you
Well, he did buy a lot. He bought a lot, but he did spend a lot. Next spending way out jargon because they sold Lukaku for like 200 million.
So how much?
You know what I mean?
So what I'm trying to say is, obviously, again, you're right. But what I'm trying to say is, do you think it was fair for him to get sacked now?
Yeah.
And at what point should any manager get sacked? Is it just when you get a bad run of games? That's it. It's just time to go.
You see when Leicester sacked Ranieri, that was the right thing to do because they if they kept him, they would be relegated.
But then now they've sacked Shakespeare as
Yeah,
well.
but the short-termism, they had to get like into the Premier
But
League.
by that logic, then Wenger should have got sacked a long time ago.
No, this is why you're dumb. Don't get me started. This is why you're a football fickle.
Listen,
All right, explain how that doesn't make sense.
We're not deviating. We're not deviating today.
What I'm basically, what I'm basically saying is, in long story short, I'm not going to go about Arsenal. No, I'm not talking about Arsenal. I'm not talking about Arsenal. I'm not going to mention Arsenal. What I'm talking about is your point, yeah? What I'm disagreeing with what you're saying.
Why?
I don't agree that you're basically saying managers are basically getting sacked at the right time, like Ranieri, like Shakespeare.
Ranieri did, yeah.
Like Ranieri, like
No,
Shakespeare.
not so much. I
like
didn't say Shakespeare. I didn't say he deserved to get sacked at the right time.
But Ranieri did?
Yeah, that was my case that he was Claudio Ranieri. Don't put words in my mouth.
So Shakespeare, I'm asking you a question. So Shakespeare didn't then?
Nope.
Okay, and what's your reason for that? Because that doesn't make any sense to me. For you to say Shakespeare didn't deserve to get sacked then, but Ranieri did. So I want to know why.
Ranieri got sacked when?
No, what I want to know is
what
why
month did he get
you're
sacked
saying
in?
it.
What month did he get sacked in?
I don't know. You tell us, Chris.
I'm asking you.
I don't know.
It was late. It was late
March-
in the season.
March?
Yeah, March times. Yeah. By then, they got 2 months.
Okay,
So survival.
that's
for survival.
what I'm asking. So that's why you're
Ranieri's
saying
in
that.
a negative spiral.
Okay.
Oh, I understand what you're
Okay,
saying.
that's
now.
what you're saying. Okay,
Oh.
fair enough.
So basically, for the sake of Leicester to survive, especially after being champions, they had to sack.
It was embarrassing.
All right.
So basically, okay. So why should Koeman gone
Koeman
then?
spent an arm and a leg in the summer. I know.
So you think he should have got sacked?
Because look how badly they're playing right now. Man.
Right, okay.
Oh,
Terrible,
let me tell you what's going to happen.
It's
They're going to
terrible.
get a new manager. That manager's going to be packed.
He's gonna galvanise them.
It's not his team. It's not his players.
What if they
He
get
could have done it.
if they get man like
You
Sam?
should have just let Koeman just do
Like
what he
who?
was doing.
Sam.
Sam won't come back.
They might get David Moyes.
Sam
They
might
might get
get
David Moyes back.
Moyes, that'd be great.
Would
Oh, that would be
for
great.
everyone else.
That'd be
I'd love to see
amazing.
him back. I'd love to see Sam back, but Sam won't come back to the Premier League.
No, he won't come
that's
back.
him
No.
done.
Let
No,
Moyes
he said he won't go.
Let Moyes go.
Do you know what I think is more of a sign of it is this is it now. We were all surprised at how quickly managers are being fired, but I think this is it. This is the future. There's too much at stake in the Premier League. Managers, if they don't perform immediately, there's so much money flying around
game.
as well.
Yeah.
You're right. That is the game.
Yeah, but managers like
This will
Pochettino get
happen.
No,
away with
what
murder.
manager said that recently though? They was talking about.
Mourinho said
look
that.
where they are though. Look
He's
where
won
they're
no
finishing.
trophies though.
What do you
Arsene
think?
Wenger's won 3 FA Cups in 4 years. He gets slandered.
And how is Klopp not a fraud?
It's
Huh?
it's relative.
Hey Jurgen,
Also-
what's
34
going
million
on?
is
2
unexpected,
wins.
man.
Let's go back to
2
Spurs.
wins in
Let's go
10.
back to Spurs a minute because the only thing I mean I know that you're an Arsenal fan and I agree with you on most things, but the only thing I'd say about Spurs, and it pains me to say this, when we're talking about net spends and what Spurs have done with a team of the money that right, you like. I'm sorry, but what
You know-
Spurs are doing with the limited money that they've got and
we've
where
had
they're
limited money.
consistently finishing. Yeah.
We had them in money and won leagues.
I know you're trying not to shout at me, and I
know.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I know.
You're
That's
really
funny.
nice.
You're the only one who gets that treatment, Laura.
The only one who gets that treatment.
But Chris, you
That
gotta realise.
was Chris trying to
Chris.
tone it down. We've won
Chris,
leagues.
Chris, you know what?
Your voice, softest voice said, we've won leagues.
You know the reason why I'm saying what you're saying? Do you know,
Remember?
Chris?
Don't forget, Laura.
Chris, you know why I asked you that question, yeah? The reason why I asked you that question is because I don't think Shakespeare deserves to get sacked, but I think Koeman did, yeah?
Yeah.
And the reason why that is...
Oh, you agree?
We agree.
No, I think Koeman deserved to, and Shakespeare didn't. 2 reasons, really quickly. Koeman did because his philosophy and his arrogance was the problem as well. He seemed like he would never change. He's not trying to adapt and fix his problem.
Yeah.
It's more like the players are at fault. And you can always tell sometimes with managers that they've lost their own attitude themselves. Sometimes people always say, oh, the players have lost their attitude.
See when he grew a beard.
This time he looks a bit like
That's
Phil
when you
Mitchell
lose.
now. That's what I'm saying. He does.
1,000
And I
Phil
called it
Mitchell
out.
memes. In the,
And you know what's worse? He even looks a bit like Pat Butcher. He's like in between Pat Butcher and Phil Mitchell.
loved it.
But anyway, look, long story short, but Shakespeare didn't, because Shakespeare, you got to realise, is relative, yeah? You were talking about Tottenham before, yeah? What Tottenham has done the last 2 years is better than any other club relatively in the whole of the Premier League.
Fair.
Because of where they came from and how good they were 3 years ago to where they are now.
Fair.
Leicester,
I don't know about
Leicester,
that. but yeah, go on.
Leicester, to be fair, where did they expect Leicester to be after 4 of the 9 games were incredibly hard so far at the start of the season? They're still in the League Cup. That was why it's unfair with Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Koeman should be in the top 5 or 6. With that
You
squad,
reckon?
With that squad.
no, with their run of games,
Well, actually, he said they were going to be above Arsenal, remember? Someone
Mate, do
replied
you know
that.
how horrible their opening games were?
yeah.
They played like every top
And
16.
then after that, they're top 4. Yeah,
They
they're
played like
top 4.
every single top team.
And after that, do you know
that?
do you know who they played? They played teams that they should have absolutely beaten really, really easily, and they haven't.
Well, like Arsenal.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If they were, no, don't get me wrong. If they're 8th or 9th, that would still be okay. But they can't be in the bottom 3 and be Everton.
All I'm trying to say is,
Not after that. That's
all
summer.
I'm trying to say is, I knew that they would have
Ryan
finished
Giggs
in the
lost the
bottom
job,
3.
you know? Ryan Giggs, imagine that. Oh, my days.
I think that was
I'm
after a
gassed.
bit of banter by
It was on Sky Sports.
yeah.
What, he's in for the job?
No.
No one wants to see
No,
Ryan
no,
Giggs
no.
at Everton.
Don't you?
No.
What about Leicester?
What about Leicester?
But not Everton.
Nah.
That's funny. That's interesting.
I just nah, not Everton. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't think they would have got relegated. We're acting like Everton were going to go anywhere. It was just a bad
It's
run
looking
game.
bad,
It
though.
would
You
have gotten
don't.
better.
You never know. You never know.
Guys, let us know what you think, all right? Do you think Koeman should have been sacked now, later? Is it unfair for managers? Like you're saying, it's part of the game now for managers. Like, when do they get a chance and when do they not get a chance? Because to me, I'm not trying to say Klopp should be sacked.
No way.
Don't get me wrong. Whoa, I'm not saying Klopp should be sacked.
Yeah, but you're
All I'm
alluding
trying to
to
say,
it.
no, all I'm trying to say is he gets it easy.
Why?
We all listen. Sunday, we all went to bed
You
knowing
look,
we
you're
knew
getting
Ron
it
was
easy,
gone. We
though.
were like,
You're getting it easy right
who
now.
is?
You just lost to Huddersfield for Pete's sake.
Here we
What
go.
bad
Now he's
that's
changing
not
subject.
fair. That's Mourinho's first loss
How
of
much
the
have you spent
season.
in 2 seasons?
It doesn't matter.
Yes,
Why
it
do you
does-
give
it does matter.
I keep telling you,
It all
money
matters.
is not a thing for Manchester United, Chris.
I know that.
You need to stop bringing
I
the
know
money
that,
into
but
it,
you
mate.
spent over 200 million buff, and you're losing to teams like Huddersfield.
I'm
Sorry.
Boof.
Sorry.
Listen.
I'm sorry,
That was
I'm
a-
sorry,
it's a
we're
bad
not-
day.
We're
It's
not
a
allowed
bad
to lose
day.
one. We're not allowed to lose games in football.
Yeah,
Regardless
Not
how
to
many.
Huddersfield, baby.
It was one game.
You could lose to Arsenal, you could lose to City, but
Didn't
Huddersfield.
lose to Liverpool.
Well, no, we'll probably
Didn't lose
beat.
to
We'll probably
Liverpool.
beat
You
those
parked the
teams.
bus against Liverpool.
We didn't.
You think Fergie
United
would have
did
done
not
that?
part the bus. See, this is- you know.
So Alec would never have done that.
But he says I always bring up Arsenal, and he keeps going back to Man United all
No,
the
because
time.
he keeps talking back to the next spend, and I'll be honest. out of
Net
all
spend
the
is
top six
irrelevant.
teams,
No, it's
Net
not.
spend is
Liverpool's actually
irrelevant.
spent the least.
Net spend is
Yeah?
irrelevant.
Who
isn't
has?
it?
Liverpool.
Liverpool,
Yeah.
Tottenham, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tottenham,
Let me
Arsenal.
know.
Yeah, Liverpool.
Can,
Yeah, Liverpool.
can you guys explain to me why that's important though?
That's what I don't
Shall I tell you why?
understand.
Shall I tell you why? Let's be
Tell
honest.
me, go on.
the way it is now, it's so difficult to compete with City and Manchester United when you can buy the best players. In the
Laura,
world.
you like seeing people spend money. You know when you go to the strip club and you just gotta make it rain.
I don't
That's what
think
you
she
gotta
knows
do.
that.
Why you saying I'll go to strip
Yeah,
club?
why you said it like that?
No, I'm just that's how it was me.
That's
You
you.
said it like you're revealing something.
I did something.
Laura, when when you walk into a strip club.
What I'm trying to
Carry
say
on.
is, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with spending the money, all right?
No, there is nothing
We all
wrong with that.
No, that's part of the game.
I know,
Spending the big cash is part of the game.
but you lot are
Especially
doping.
when
It's
you're
football
Manchester United.
doping what you man have done. That's called football
But you want to say
doping,
City?
man.
You haven't even mentioned City football doping once, mate.
Pep in it.
So basically, you're biased.
No,
All right,
I'll be honest. I just don't want to see you lot win. Period.
Why?
All right, listen. Let's talk about a team who did win. All right,
Tragic.
Spurs. We went to the Spurs game. We were in Wembley this weekend. Make sure you watch that video right now on Cheeky Sport. All right, it's there. What I'm trying to say is, Spurs are looking saucy. You know
No,
who's
they're not looking
even
saucy. It's not saucy.
Don't interrupt me, Chris. Because you're upset. All right, yeah, you're upset.
They're looking
All I'm
second
trying to
best in the
say
league at
is,
the moment.
we have Harry Kane. I literally walked up to the stadium.
A treasure.
Wembley flashes. Harry Kane's already scored.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we've been on the show and we've always debating. Is he world class? Is he not world class? Yeah. What do you reckon? World class or not world class?
Oh, this is so hard. It depends how you class world class. So, what he's doing at the moment, if you look at a player and you go, he is making that team win. He is the difference in that team. If he's doing that, not only in the Premier League, if he's the kind of player that can come out of the Premier League and do it in a different league or do it in the European stage, which actually against Real Madrid, he did.
He did do
So-
really
so-
well.
Even though it was an own goal, but he did.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Chris, give
It's
it
not-
to
but it's
Tottenham, please.
What did he say? It was an own goal.
Arsenal went
It
there.
was-
Arsenal went there and beat them 1-0.
How long ago was
When
that?
they were the Galacticos.
How long
I
ago was
don't
that?
care. We had a depleted team.
Do you
That
hear
was
the
before-
Galacticos?
before-
No, listen, Laura, you never met a fan like this before. I know you haven't.
Chris, that was
You
such a
work
long
for
time ago.
Laura works for Arsenal. She's looking at Chris in amazement like.
Chris,
this
these
guy
weren't even
really-
invented.
no, I
Chris,
like
these
it,
weren't
it's
even
good.
invented when it happened.
I don't
You know
care.
that, right?
I don't care.
Didn't even have
I don't care.
smartphones.
We went there. Henri, he shrugged off
Did
Ronaldo.
you
He
even
shrugged
have
off
this?
Ronaldo.
Look at this.
I always had this. I was born with this. I was born with this.
Whatever.
When he shrugged off Ronaldo and Zizou's there watching, left foot.
Alright, so talk about
1-0.
See that passion?
We went there beating 1-0. They drew.
Talk
They
about-
drew. Let me listen. They
He's
drew.
trying to
They
himself.
drew. They drew, and they're gassing.
No.
We won titles, and they're gassing.
In relative
I don't
terms,
care.
they've done
Shut
really
up,
well.
man.
Alright, listen.
No, they have.
Listen,
Relative terms,
talk
they've done
about
well.
Harry Kane. Be honest. is
Harry
he
Kane, I'll be
world
honest.
class? Do the same passion. Do that same thing.
I like the kid.
Harry
innit?
Kane,
I like
he's-
this kid.
he's
I like
good,
Harry
he's
Kane. He's
good.
sick.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Alan Shearer a little, innit? I like him.
He's
I love Shearer as well.
But talking about
Okay.
that, the thing that I don't understand is that Shearer, whilst he was around,
Yeah.
was never called world class. I think this
Wasn't
to
he?
show. I think
He was-
no, they
he
wa-
was
he
not
wasn't.
supposed
He
to
wasn't
play
called
the
world
world
class.
class.
I agree with you,
He
Laura,
wasn't called
in
world
terms of
class.
Everyone has that different.
People
When it
have
comes to
different
when it comes to saying world
examples.
class, because we've been arguing about this for weeks now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Okay.
all the Cheeky Sport boys,
Uh-huh.
all the WhatsApp groups I'm in. We're all arguing about this whole world class thing
Yeah.
because everybody categorizes it
Differently.
You know what I'm trying to say? Oh, you've got to do it on the world stage. You've got to do it on the European stage. So it's very, very difficult to call. The reason why I'm using Harry Kane as an example is because, like yourself, since Spurs have been in the Champions League, they've been doing well.
Yeah.
We saw them
No, they
beat
haven't.
Dortmund.
Oh, this season you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, Chris. This season, and they still qualify for Champions League, and they're back in it again.
Yeah, they're top of the
They're top
group.
of their
Yeah.
group.
Top of
like
the
they-
Joint top.
And
They're
we,
top, I
I
think.
don't know if you
Joint
guys
top.
saw.
It's got to be
Joint
joint top.
top.
It has to be. Are they
On
top?
goal difference,
goal
they are.
difference? Or
Yeah, they are.
Top and goal difference.
They
Because they hammered Dortmund, didn't they?
They're first.
Yeah.
Mental.
Because you saw them.
doing well.
Come on, we all saw that group. We were like, they're out. No,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're on it. Yeah,
Why?
exactly.
But why? Because this is why people are just going off names. Like they're saying they're hearing seeing Dortmund.
No,
They're
Dortmund's top of
I was
Bundesliga.
about to say that. Don't look. I've got you. Don't worry.
Doesn't make any
I've
sense.
got you. They might be top of their league. Yeah. Bayern Munich won a failing right now. Yeah. Don't get me started on that, son. That league is nowhere near. After Munich, there's nothing. Don't get me started on their caliber, on their level compared to the Premiership.
Oh, here we go. Not this again.
Dortmund is a
That's
top
what I'm
level football club.
No, they've got great pedigree. They've got
Have you
great
know-
history.
No, what do you
Have
mean
noticed
no?
how much Chris won't let me
What
sit
do you
forward
mean
today?
no?
Every time I sit forward, you slam me back.
What do you
into
mean
the
no?
thing.
Dortmund's one of the best sides in Europe.
Geezer.
Oh, all right,
What
we get
are
it. We
you-
get it.
what
They
are you
didn't do
talking
well
about?
last
I'm
season.
not
We
saying,
get it.
I'm
We
not
get it.
saying they're not great and they ain't got great pedigree, but I'm saying is in comparison.
It's not about
to the
pedigree
Premiership
chum.
right
It's
now-
not about pedigree chum.
In
We're talking
comparison
about.
to the Premiership right now, it's so competitive. Yeah, there's 6 teams that can win the league in the Prem.
What?
There's one team that can.
What, is Arsenal
What's
on it?
6 of those?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, cool.
All right, so basically, what? Back to what I was
You don't think we
saying.
can win the league?
What? Cause,
Mate, we're not talking about.
Because you beat
Listen,
Everton
Chris.
5-2.
You know what it is? This is like, you know what it is? I hope Arsenal don't win again for another 3 weeks, mate. Because you're not gonna walk in here like, you know what I mean, all high and
I'm telling
mighty.
you that if we win the league, God help you.
Oh my word! If you can win the league from where
Listen,
you are now,
we're
fair
talking
play.
about world class
know.
players and a player like Harry Kane
How did we
doing
get
it,
to that?
mate.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
Kane,
I don't know.
you gotta give it to Kane. You gotta give it to him.
You gotta give it to
Yeah.
Kane.
He's done it for 3
and
seasons.
Dele Alli.
No, not yet.
You gotta give it to
Not yet
Dele
for Ali.
Alli.
Not yet for Ali. No.
Alright, so what? Okay, so what has Ali got to do then before you guys?
Is Ozil world class?
Just waiting for a bit more.
No.
he's
Yeah.
world
You
class.
see, he said no.
Ozil's world class easily.
He's got the
Do you-
ability, but he's not. I think world class is consistency. I let Laura speak, but that's
it's
my
right.
opinion.
Do you know what? Consistency is definitely something that you've got to say with a world-class player. And a couple of seasons ago, I was saying Ozil was world-class. Like this season, and to a degree last season as well. I think he's lost his edge a little bit, or his momentum, his drive, or
Yeah,
something.
he's
I'm
just
not
driving.
But
I'm
you know,
not
I
really sure
don't
what
think
it
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying someone's world class one year, but after that, then they're not. I think
No,
people want to
class
say
is
world
permanent.
class,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, as soon as you've called that person world class, they're world class for the rest of their career.
Well,
It's
it's
not the
form,
case.
isn't it? You can come in and out of form
Exactly.
as much as your
Exactly.
career lets you. With Dele Alli, I think yes, he will be. I think he's definitely. I don't know. I don't know if I could say Dele Alli is world class right now. I think his temperament is can be a little bit questioned. And for me, this is a personal thing. For me, a world class player, it comes along with a lot of your attributes, and your temperament is one of them. Because if you're hot-headed and you're flying off the handle about something else, that means you're less focused about something that a world-class player would be focused about, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think if he's so young, we forget, what is he,
Yeah,
21?
he is. Yeah, but
21.
and he can play, man.
But
He
then
can
it- but-
play.
but
But
then it-
the only reason why I'm saying that is because what I'm trying to say is the young players right now are running the game, from Jesus to Dele Alli
Pogba.
to Pogba. Like, there's a lot of these young
It's
players.
Pogba.
I'm talking about,
How
when I
old
say
is
young, I'm
Pogba
talking about
now?
like 23
23, I think.
and younger. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they are killing the game. So when I see Dele Alli and how important and how much of an anchor he is for that club, I know we come in every week and we rate Spurs. You know, we talk about Ericsson, we talk about Son, we talk about everybody, for Tongan, talk about everybody except for Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know why he's not world class? Because De Bruyne is world class,
Oh,
and they're not in the same toy box, mate.
Toy box.
One's Buzz Lightyear.
I'm not, yeah, but
and the other
I
one's
don't want to
Mr.
say
Potato
Dele Alli's world
The
class.
other
Shit.
one's what?
Yeah, I don't want to say
Mr. Potato Head. I knew you were going to say that. It's like that's the only other toy from Toy Story anyone remembers.
Think quick, innit?
Apart
yeah.
from Woody.
Dinosaur?
Is it just called Dinosaur?
Yeah,
though? It's
Dinosaur,
not.
yeah.
That's such a trash name.
It's not
innit?
called Dinosaur, is it?
I don't know.
It is called
That's
Dinosaur.
so boring.
Rex.
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 Rex,
No,
that's
no,
Rex.
it's not Rex.
Yeah.
That's Rugrats.
No,
It's Raptor.
Oh yeah, right, okay.
Oh,
Right.
flipping hell.
Alright.
Alright, so listen, I'll leave it up to you guys, alright, in terms of who's world class and who's not world class, alright? But anybody, you guys want to say something? Can I just say one more thing about Liverpool? I don't want to sound like I'm obsessed with Liverpool.
You are obsessed with
You
Liverpool.
are
know,
obsessed, innit?
you know, because they keep getting slapped. They won 7-0 the other day in Champions League.
Oh my God, innit?
Yeah, but what team is that against?
Who
Maribor.
knows?
Red Star, you might as well call
No,
them
no,
Red
no,
Star.
I've got respect.
It's another Red
I've
Star.
got respect.
They're far better. They're far
Red
better
Stripe.
outfit.
No,
They're
they're
far
not.
better
Hey,
outfit.
give
than
me
Red
another
Star.
beer.
No, they're not.
Stellato.
They are.
I don't care what beer they played, yeah? Listen, they're getting all excited. I told everybody, what was it, like 2 wins
It
in
was a
10
record break,
games?
innit? Record
They're
break.
not that, listen. Obviously, we know that they're a force going forward, yeah? And you can't blame
the
Son.
Ox.
You can't blame the. He's the one the Ox
Ox.
guys. He's the Ox.
It's the
is a
Ox.
curse.
Since they brought the
mention
Ox.
it every week.
They took Lovren brought on the Ox, and I didn't really see
They
much of a
took nothing
difference.
off after 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That happened to me once in school.
No, but Lovren was poor.
So embarrassing.
No, but
Like
Lovren
a 5 minutes.
was poor. Lovren was poor.
I
Lovren
know,
was
but give a man a
poor.
break, boy.
Nah, you gotta
Actually,
take-
the goalkeeper should have come off as well because he was at fault for the first
Yeah.
goal. To be fair,
Yeah.
they both were. He shouldn't have rushed out that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
mental.
And it's not even that. When Salah got the 2-1,
Ooh, the pace.
Oh, I love
yeah.
Salah.
Salah's brilliant.
Salah.
And he had no
Makes
business.
some
He had no
Egyptian
business
fans.
scoring
Oh
that
my
goal.
gosh.
No business.
The
They're like,
finish
he's
was
the
dead.
king.
God, isn't he? Yeah.
They're like, he's our God, he's the
Yeah.
king.
Salah.
He's the king. We're like, he's the pharaoh, yeah? Here's the pharaoh. We're like,
But
they love Salah.
really, he's just their best player.
Egyptian player right now. He
He
got
is.
to World
No,
Cup.
Mane's their best player. The Black Suarez, he's their best.
No, I'm talking about Egypt, but yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, boys, you guys just love arguing, innit? Even you agree.
No, I'm just-
Alright, listen.
I know.
Alright, so what I'm trying to say is with Liverpool, I still don't understand how Klopp is getting away with it.
Because
That's what I'm
no
saying.
money.
You
You
know why?
guys leave a
No
comment, please. There must be somebody who's with me.
No
that
money.
Klopp is just taking the mick. He's doing a Jedi mind trick
Nah,
on the
Klopp-
whole of
no,
the
no.
media.
Klopp-
What did
Klopp's
Jose do last season? That was Jedi mind
He
tricks.
won the cup.
You
though.
finished 6th. You're the
doesn't
Barcelona,
matter.
Real Madrid of this country.
What do
Not
you mean?
anymore. Oh wait, that slipped. That slipped. Not for the time being. Not for the time being. Not for the
What are you
time
talking
being.
about?
Anyway,
There's no
guys, that's
Ba-
all we
there's
have
no-
for
there's no
today.
Barcelona or Real Madrid of this country.
I'm gonna wrap the show up here.
But
All
in
right?
short, Klopp's not a fraud.
That's it. Mate, we've been on for like 40.
Laura's had a good time. Let's have
I loved it.
Innit? Look at that.
La.
Turn the heat up a little bit more.
Yeah, we can carry on.
Listen, guys, leave us a comment below, all right? I don't even know what you guys to say.
Just
at
leave
this
a
point.
comment.
All I know is I'm so hot, and I just got to get out of here, all right? Laura, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Seriously.
I loved
Thank
it.
you.
I'm very
Thanks-
honoured to be the
Thanks
first
for
girl.
putting up with Akeem and Chris. Do you know what I mean?
great.
Hey, Akeem was actually well
I've
behaved.
heard you worse. Yeah, I've heard you worse than this. I think you two were on your best behaviour.
Oh, really?
I told him to be. I
Yeah,
told him,
both
you guys,
of
can
them.
you guys chill out?
He managed
She
to
won't
agree
come
with
back.
you on
Arsenal
something,
won.
and he lowered
Because
his
we
tone
won.
because you were talking.
Because we won.
Because you won.
He hasn't worn,
League is
he
in
hasn't
my
worn that
sights.
shirt before.
Can I
Trust
say,
me,
did
he's
you
never
buy
worn
that shirt on Sunday?
No, man. I won this twice. This is the third time. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to get this like, ooh, da-da-da-da.
Alright, listen. Make sure you follow at CheekySport on all platforms. Make sure you follow our Instagram as well, at CheekySport Insta. Alright? If you look in the description below, you can see all of our individual socials as well. Laura, where can the people find you as well?
On Twitter, on Instagram, at Laura Woodsy. I think one of them's got an underscore in it.
It's in the description anyway. If you want to find Laura as well, the lovely Laura. Obviously, you know what it is.
Follow her.
Make
Fans
sure
after this, Laura.
you listen to this audio on SoundCloud, www.soundcloud.com/.
How many dots were there?
Guys, I need water, okay? I need water. I'm dying out here.
You know
You guys
what's funny?
can see.
Where's this? I can hear air conditioning, but nothing's happening. Because I've been hearing it the whole time.
Hey,
Nothing.
that doesn't even work. That's there for show. Alright, that's there for
Producer,
show.
what's going on?
Where's the fan gone? Where's the fan, geezer? It's your fan.
There's no
guy.
fan.
It's so hot.
Unbelievable.
I can't even talk. Alright,
taking it
make
home.
sure you follow at Rinse FM on Twitter, at Rinse FM on at Rinstagram on Instagram as well. Alright, man, I just gotta get out of here. Alright, you've been here with myself, Big J,
Cheekysport Akeem.
Everybody hates Chris.
and we've had the lovely Laura Woods with us. Thanks again,
Thanks, boys.
and we're out. I need some
Thanks.
water. So no
It's
cats.
not,
Cats is
Casemiro's
not.
not on the list.
Alright, so
Neymar, Lewandowski then.
Neymar, Lewandowski.
And then
Do you reckon De Bruyne?
De Bruyne 100%. And the
Obviously,
two,
we got
and the two greats. And the two
yeah,
greats.
Ronaldo, Messi. All right, we got them 5. What about you? What do you reckon?
I think the key question is who's going to finish third.
Neymar.
That's the question.
Neymar.
What, straight away, you think that?
Yeah.
Well, not Kevin De Bruyne.